Hey guys, welcome to Shep Talk and my review of Mazaka, directed by Trinidad Ryo Nakina, starring Anshu, Sandeep Kisna, Rita Varma, and Rao Ramesh. Mazaka has a runtime of 2 hours and 8 minutes. Story. The path to true love is never smooth, especially when both a father and son are looking for marriage at the same time. This was my second rom-com in roughly 2 weeks. And I have to say, it takes a very different approach to the genre. Mazaka follows a father and son who lost their mother long ago. The father struggles to find a bride for his son, as their household lacks an older woman to guide and support a younger bride. So he decides to take matters into his own hands by seeking a wife for himself first. Meanwhile, the son, content with his bachelor life and finishing his final year at university, has no plans to settle down until he meets a beautiful girl one night. Their encounter, however, lands them in a public police station. Now determined to win her heart, he sets out to find her again and marry her. Comedy ensues as both father and son pursue their respective love interests, each with strong-willed convictions and imposing ideals about the future. But even when they finally win over their partners, the real challenge begins. Dealing with their families. And things are far from simple. Mazaka leans heavily on common rom-com tropes, some of which I mentioned in my previous reviews. While it has its moments, the film struggles to find its footing. The frequent twists and turns add unpredictability, but at times the balance between romance and comedy falters, making certain scenes feel just really over the top. Actors. Sandeep Kisna takes the lead, and it's easy to see why he has such a dedicated fan base. While the film doesn't break new ground for the genre, Sandeep delivers a committed performance, bringing charm and energy to his character. Rao Ramesh, playing the father, shoulders much of the film's comedic weight as an older man re-entering the world of romance after years of widowhood. He delivers a performance that often surpasses the script's limitations. His presence adds warmth and humor to the film. Action. Surprisingly, there is a brief action sequence when a rival love interest challenges Sandeep's character. However, it's short-lived and doesn't contribute much to the overall narrative. Cinematography. Visually, Mazaka shines. The cinematography beautifully captures the film's settings, and several standout shots elevate key moments. The film's aesthetic appeal enhances the overall movie-going experience. Soundtrack. The soundtrack, composed by Leon James, unfortunately didn't resonate with me as much as I had hoped. While the songs fit the respective scenes, they didn't leave a lasting impact. It's not that they were poorly chosen, just they didn't create the emotional connection I expected. Now, onto some of my nitpicks. Rom-com tropes. Unlike the last rom-com I reviewed, this one leads heavily into familiar tropes, some landing well, others falling flat. It almost feels like the director threw every rom-com cliche at the script to see what would stick, rather than focusing on a few and executing them well. Twists. Mazaka loves surprising the audience, which sometimes works in its favor. However, a few twists feel forced and unnecessary, disrupting the film's flow rather than enhancing it. Certain moments would have been better left on the cutting room floor. Overall, Mazaka is a decent rom-com that bites off more than it can chew. Instead of delivering a focused, well-paced story, it tries to do too much and ends up feeling scattered. With a tighter script and fewer unnecessary twists, it could have been much stronger. Maybe if I hadn't watched another rom-com so recently, I would have received this one better. That said, Mazaka isn't a bad film. It has its share of good moments, but in the end, it's the kind of rom-com that might be better enjoyed at home rather than on the big screen. But with all that being said though, Shep Talk gives Mazaka 2.5 Sheps out of 5. Guys, thank you for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate each and every one of you. But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.